Modern society refines its sophistication by cultivating many areas of specialization. However, specialization is based on social application. As social needs and tastes change, the specialty that depended on that need becomes obsolete. Industrialization of agriculture, for instance, created a specialized company which plants miles and miles of cornfields. This application is not sustainable because it not only contaminates the natural resources and contributes to the creation of unhealthy food, but it also destroys the social system on a global scale. Most artists in New York City survive by having multiple income sources. Much like organic soil naturally fertilized by rotation planting, artists cultivate and sustain their creativity by having several jobs. By looking at this diverse, multifaceted way of survival, I thought it might provide a new prospect towards the larger issue of sustainability. Peter is an artist who lives in New York City. He supports himself and his family as a metal fabricator, sculptor, and a vendor at the Brooklyn flea market.
A lot of these guys are about labor to me. They're about feeling of work being put upon you. A pack horse is a horse specifically designed to carry your extra stuff that you can't carry yourself. Mm-hmm. So that already is a master-slave relationship, if you will.
Oh.
It's the conquering of nature, basically.
Okay.
It's an extension of your body, even
mm-hmm.
in nature. You know. And then the pack horse train, or the train of the of 100 animals carrying the tents of blah 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 up the mountain. You know. There's also there's this idea of colonialism and exploration. Okay. So yeah, it's about obligations, and to me it stands for the world of interaction, basically, of commerce.
Yeah. No, back in a little there. Yeah. There. I think today's society is very pedestrian, you know, it's very much like rapid. People don't pay attention to things like they used to because there's so many things now, it's like an overload of objects. So I like the idea that Peter takes objects that are everyday, pedestrian. He alters them in such a way that if you're paying attention to details, like myself, I love details. You know, like the band-aids on the back of the horses. He doesn't just take the head, but he chips the ear to a certain amount just so it can stick in there. Well, you have to give some forethought to that. You don't just place that. It's gorgeous. Peter's gorgeous like that because obviously his mind is thinking of these things.
Peter has a small but loyal group of collectors who purchase his artwork. But it isn't enough to pay for a 1.5 bedroom apartment in Brooklyn where he lives with his wife and a daughter. But tell me, I never understood what that work is.
I call it being a metal fabricator. And I get drawings, or I go take measurements of things to be made. Be it a staircase, a railing in an already made staircase, or an area where a bench is going to be built. Mm-hmm. You know, so anything that architects can sort of dream up in metal, they set us to try to make it. I mean, Manhattan's a huge market, just enormous market. Manhattan. It's wealthy people in Manhattan. We have workers' comp insurance, so protected under that for sort of catastrophic. You know, if I get hurt, I'm cared for. But you know, who wants to get hurt? But I personally don't have health insurance. These are all found pieces, actually. Now I'm starting to cut stuff up, but a lot of this...
What do you mean found pieces?
These are all from scrap. It's all from the scrap bin.
Where do you find these scrap bottles?
Oh, at work, where I work.
Salvaging scrap metals are part of his collecting routine. Born into a family of collectors, Peter has always gathered odds and ends that he finds wherever he goes. These objects accumulate faster than he can make into sculpture. This surplus, by necessity, creates an opportunity for more income at a venue such as flea market.
We got this pig for $25.
Okay.
And I thought for sure we could sell it for $8. I was sure of it.
Just the pig alone?
Just the pig, yeah.
Okay.
Without the flower, forget the flower. I was just like, it's so cute. The color is beautiful. The size is nice. You know, it's not really chipped. It's a little bit cracked, but not really. It just wouldn't sell. It wouldn't sell ever. Nobody ever picked it up. Nothing. And now I've decided that all the poor porcelain things like this that nobody wants or are broken are going to get plants in them. So we've already sold one of these for $35. By putting a negligible amount of attention to it. That guy. I would say that the day job and the art put together are about equal to the flea market.
Wow!
Pardon me?
So the market for the flea market and the market for the art can't be mixed somehow.
It doesn't mix. It's funny because I sometimes will bring a sculpture to the flea market and try to sell him for $125.
Yeah.
Everybody would look at it, and they'd touch it, and they'd pick it up, and people are interested in it, but nobody would buy that for $125.
Yeah, I see.
But if I put it in the gallery for $1,800, only $1,800. That could sell. Because, albeit very small, a market for my work.
Yeah.
And I can't abuse that small market by offering things for $50 too often. There's always a finite amount that you can make, and you have to make a little bit more each time, you know. Would you like something to drink with some?
Sure.
Okay. It's done. Okay, cutie. Salad?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not ripe yet, but... I mean, Yarka has to shop by necessity. She doesn't like to cook, but she needs to shop because I can't do that also. I have to cook what she buys, which is always interesting.
His family contributes to the household income as well. His wife Yaka, who is a passionate collector of vintage clothing, sells her merchandise with Peter at the Brooklyn Flea Market. Their daughter Charlie is a celebrity there. Tagging along with her parents every weekend, Charlie befriended other vendors, helped them with their sale, and on occasion earned a commission. Seeking independence, she decided to set up a fortune-telling business.
How does it work?
You ask me a yes or no question, and then I pick a bowl, and inside is either a yes or a no.
Don't let him ask questions. Will next year be exciting? I'll hold you by your finger. Yes. Okay, good.
Naturally, Peter and Yaka's workplace becomes a study ground where their child learns her own ways of expression and ways to communicate to others. Peter's family life, creative life, and earning money are all well integrated. He finds objects that can be made into an art object, but also be sold as antique artifact. He recycles metal waste at his work and remodels them into new objects. It is a sustainable process not only because he recycles abundant material, but also he applies his crafts in different parts of his life, and that process enriches his art.
Like, would you rather have non-diversified life than diversified life?
I think I'm always going to have a diversified life. I don't think I have that choice. Honestly, I really don't.
What do you mean by, like, why do you not have that choice?
Because I'm always patching everything together no matter what. You know what I mean? Like,
because you want to, or
because I'm always making a little bit of art, I'm making a little bit of this, and somebody's asking me to fix their lock, and, you know, I have compassion for that, or I want to help them build their fence, you know, or it's just like, so I'm always gonna, like, patch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody thinks they want to be an artist full time, but I don't know what that would be like. I might dry up and freak out and just fail at it too, you know, if I had to come in here every day and create all day long. The continuity of what we do and what I do every day is what's important.
I celebrate his life as a collaged living. Much like what he makes, each part of his work generates different energy. Not only his income, but also his art making and distribution structure is made possible by diverse application of his handcrafts.